I'm gonna push my boys to do trades.
It's something that you're always going to need.
Yeah.
That is a job.
You'll always need carpenters. You'll always need plumbers,
electricians,
mechanics.
Yep, mechanics. There's
welding.
There's the fire, like the fire extinguishers and systems, the sprinkler systems,
HVAC.
and all that stuff, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like especially in our community, in Kinderhook, where that museum place is now, that was the old elementary school.
And
right on the main drag there, down from Broad Street.
Yes.
That should have been a trade school. They should have made that a trade school. Instead of turning it into a museum of art that no one freaking gives a crap about.
That would have brought in some money to the...
That would have brought in some money, and then it would have been a close trade school. Like, yeah, there's BOCES for when the kids are in school, like juniors and seniors and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's, like, just dabbling in it.
But you could get your LPN through that.
You can.
Through BOCES.
You can.
But that's a...
But... It should be a trade school.
Mm-hmm.
I was very upset when I saw that turned into a museum.
Yeah.
I was like, that should have been a trade school.
You should have voiced your opinion.
Yeah, well, I didn't live in Kinderhook, so no one gave a shit about me.
Did I live in Kinderhook at that time?
Probably not.
What year was that made into a museum?
Oh, God, forever ago now. I don't know.
Was it in the 90s?
No, the early thousands.
Bought my house in 2008, so it was probably right before that.
Yeah.
And I did live in Kinderhook, but I was young and dumb, and I didn't know any different. So.
All right.
Hashtag Mom of the Week.
Hashtag Mom Life Moment. Yeah.
Mom of the Week. Okay, so my first. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll do mine because it's short and quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't really have one, but then I was thinking about it, and I just told Lex about this outside when I got here. So Paige has a sitter. We call her TT. That she goes to usually
TT.
every Thursday.
I got a nice pool.
They do have a nice pool. Yeah. Actually, she asked me about swimming again. She said
that's where you smoked your husband in the eye with the ball.
That is where I smoked my husband in the eye with the ball. Yeah. She said that she'd leave the back door open for me so that we could go into the pool.
It's like Motel 8.
Yeah. So
if you're gonna go swimming, I want to go.
Oh, it's during the week when you're at work.
Then you can't go.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So she messaged me.
I'm on vacation in 2 weeks.
She messaged me and was like, "Hey, like, what's your house number again?" So I give her my house number, and then I thought I heard a door slam, but I wasn't sure. But then I get a text message that says, "Come to the window and we'll wave to you," because she's making sure we keep the 6 foot distance and all that stuff. And so I look out the window and stuff, and I look over at Paige and I said, "Look who's here." And she got so excited. So she had gotten her a gift. She got her a thing of Legos. And so I was like, Paige, you can go out and get the Legos from her. So she goes out the door and she gets the Legos and stuff. And then she comes right back up on the porch. Like, she knew that she wasn't supposed to touch anyone or give anyone hugs. And she gets up on the steps again, and she goes, she's like talking to her about what she's been doing and stuff. And TT started getting upset. And then Paige just pushed it over the edge because she looks at me and she goes, "Mom, can you hold this for a second?" And she gives me the Legos. And she looks at me and she goes, "TT, air hug.
Air hug.
Air hug." And she's like squeezing herself so tight. And Terry started squeezing herself. And oh my God, it was so cute. And it was like heartbreaking all at the same time because you could see that Terry just wanted to reach across and just grab her. She's like, "When this is over, I am squeezing you so hard and loving you so hard." She goes, "Oh my goodness."
Think about how wonderful that moment is going to be when she can finally give her a hug.
I know. It's going to be
Isn't it interesting in these times, the people that you've chosen to, like, okay, you're in my circle.
Yeah.
Like, you're in my circle.
Yeah, you're in my circle.
Because you're taking care of my son during the week, doing homeschooling, and, like, so you're in the circle.
I'm in the circle. I mean, I'd hope I'd be in the circle even if I wasn't homeschooling.
But TT is just as important to you as I am to you.
Right, but she's not in the circle.
But she's not in the circle because of other circumstances.
Right.
It's like my mother-in-law is not in my circle. Similar situation. She is feeling very badly that she can't be with my boys, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was done. That was all of it.
But so last weekend we drove to their house, and she handed them a little care package through the window. They each got Legos and snacks and whatever, apple juice, and
It's like a drive-through grandma visit.
You could see that she just wanted to like give them a hug
Yeah.
and give them a smooch, and she like kept her distance. It was
Yeah.
just so sad.
Yeah,
It was
that
very
that
sad.
was like my mom and dad.
Mhm.
We went down to drop off because I got on an app. I'm not gonna say what app because I'm not
Because
giving
you
it
don't want to
away.
give up your sources.
Yeah, I don't want to give up my sources, but I got 2 bundles of paper towels, 8 packs,
Yep.
and I got one for my parents. So I brought it down to them and brought it inside, dropped it off to them and stuff. And I was like, come outside and say hi to Paige
Yeah.
because she's in the car
Yeah.
and she wants to see you. And it was the same thing. Like you could tell they just wanted to like embrace her,
Yeah.
and especially my father. My
Yeah.
father, that Paige is my father's girl.
Mhm.
Like that is
This
his
night.
life right
Mhm.
now. Like he loves that girl, and it
Yeah.
is killing him
Yeah.
that he cannot do stuff with her because he usually takes her fishing and all that, and like
Especially now that he's got all his time off, he could be doing
Yeah.
all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff with her.
yeah, and it's
It's sad.
hard. It's hard. It's a hard thing.
Very
it's a
hard.
hard thing to go through.
We're doing it though.
We're doing it.
Getting through it.
Getting through it.
I think we're halfway.
Stay home. Stay safe.
Stay home. Stay safe. Flatten the curve.
Except if you have a podcast.
If you have a podcast, then you need to come over. But you're in my circle.
But yeah,
You're in the circle.
you're in the circle. You're in the circle.
So my first mom moment of the week was I kicked their ass with hide and seek.
Yeah, that was
my
awesome.
that was my first moment. I was like, ba-bam.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, I have, so today when we were outside, it was a beautiful day.
Mhm.
I've got all these projects, these home projects that I want done,
Mhm.
and sanding down the little kids' picnic table and painting them was one of them.
Mhm.
So we're out there, we're doing our thing, and Meg knows that my house is in the middle of this 5-acre field. And the road is like 2 acres away. Zoom. It's not like a main road, but there's plenty of traffic on that
Yeah,
road.
absolutely.
And so we're painting, beep, 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 and I was like, hang on, I'll be right back. And he like turns around, drops his pants right in the front yard. There's cars buzzing by, and he's just peeing in the front yard. And I'm like, dude,
You can't do that.
you can't do that.
That's almost like peeing in the dirt pile last week.
Peeing in the dirt pile. Oh my god, at least that was in the backyard.
Yeah, that was at least in the
It's
back.
like strangers can
No,
see my kid's
I
penis
still I
hanging
think
out.
I can still top that though.
Can you?
Yes, with your son. I
Oh.
can top your own son's
Why?
moment.
What did he do?
Because when we still had the apartment,
Yeah.
which is on the main drag in Chatham,
Oh yeah.
he was outside with my daughter
that's
playing,
like much closer to the road
and
than my.
all of a sudden I see him just drop trow, and I'm like, no. It's like, pull up your pants, don't pee it, we gotta go in the house. You can't pee outside.
But he's like, well why?
Yeah, no, he doesn't get it.
So then, like with the peeing in the front yard, like he didn't understand that. So he took his like he didn't actually start peeing. I stopped him before he actually started peeing in the front yard, and then he started walking to the other side of the front yard. Pants around his ankles, and he's just waddling across the driveway. And I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, he's totally ignoring me. And I've got paint in my hands and all over me. And I'm like, where are you going? I'm like, go to the backyard. And he's just
like a little penguin.
going to the other, like over to the other side of the front yard. And I like had to, and my father-in-law is here, and he's yelling at him. He's like, pull up your pants. And so I like drop all of my stuff, and I'm like, dude, you can't pee in front of all of these cars. Whoop! And I'm like, go to the backyard.
Oh,
So and
my goodness.
and then he like was mad at me because he didn't understand. Like he
Yeah.
just shifted location.
It's
You
like,
you gotta go that way, not this way.
Yeah, that's
so
funny.
yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that will happen.
I did have another moment of the week. I can't think about it though. I had three. Sometimes I can't even come up with one.
I know. Yeah,
My
no, I
husband
didn't have a very eventful
homeschooled.
week.
No, it's because my kid wasn't at your house.
It really was. It was kind of, honestly, it was kind of a Debbie Downer for me.
Snoopy wasn't there. Don't
Snoopy
worry.
wasn't there.
You're gonna get your fill up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's fine. I'm gonna stick my daughter in the living room on Google
Mhm.
Classroom.
Oh yeah, you gotta supervise that.
Yeah.
So just set Grayson up with like a art project or something.
I will.
during that
I'm gonna
time.
do it. I'm gonna set him up with something that I don't like. That I don't
Like
need
you
to
don't
be
need to
there.
be there for,
Yeah,
yeah.
that I don't need to focus on him with
Yes.
because I'm gonna definitely need to take that time with Paige.
Yeah.
But I like. It's funny how much more patience you have with another person's kid than you do with your own.
Totally.
Like
Yep.
I'm sure that if I had Paige here this week,
She would be so much better for me than she's being for you.
yeah,
And vice versa. Preston struggled through homework this week. It was rough.
I was wondering how it was gonna go down.
It wasn't going easy.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I figured it was gonna be tough. I figured it was gonna be tough.
It was very
But
tough.
it's tough for me with Paige, so I totally get where it's.
So we should switch.
We should.
Send Paige here.
Yeah,
I won't be here,
I'll send
but
Paige to
Preston will be
Preston, and Preston can send Grayson to me.
Yep. And they'll be
But,
fine.
and like the last week that I had Grayson, not the last day, but the day before the last day, he struggled a little bit, and you
Yeah.
could tell he was getting upset.
Yes.
And I just looked at him, I was just like, Bud,
It's okay.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Like you are so smart, and I know that you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to buckle down, and as soon as this is done, then you get a break for a while.
Yeah.
Mine was something really funny though.
Yes.
So I was looking at the guidelines for school, like the grades and stuff. And I was like, maybe I'm overworking my daughter a little bit.
Am I overworking Grayson? Totally.
So,
Oh God, you're gonna be look like stop being an ass.
yeah. No, K to like 1, K to 1,
Mhm.
K to 1, oh, was it K to 2? Was like 1 to 1.5 hours of just nonstop schoolwork.
But that's
And-
cumulative, right? Do you think that you sit down for an hour and a half straight? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm fine with it.
Absolutely, we
Because
do.
that's what they do in school.
That absolutely we do.
Yeah.
We usually sit down at, depending on the day and how everyone's feeling that morning and how gun ho everyone is.
Yeah.
We usually start at either 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and go until like 11:30. And then after we have, like, I give them a little break and they have lunch and everything. And then in the afternoon we do more.
There's more. Well,
But I was like,
well,
oh,
I don't know how your system is going.
I was like that. I'm giving them like high school range.
But listen, but here's the thing, like, when I did packet pickup for this past week, they gave me 3 packets, and the stack has got to be this high.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the hard thing is that, one, they give us a lot of work and they want it to get all done, which is, I totally
They don't
get.
care if we get all of ours done.
No?
They don't. And they said it was all review, and I'm looking through all this stuff, and I'm like, he hasn't done any of this in math yet.
Yeah.
This is not all review.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard trying to figure out what absolutely needs to get done,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like, I'm like, come on, it's an easy sheet. Come on, just do it. Just do it. And
Yeah.
but then I need to realize, like, and take a step back and be like, okay, it's easy for me.
Because
Because
you
I-
know all.
I know all of this.
Yeah.
It's not easy for them because they don't know
Right.
all of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta explain this a little bit more.
Well, I don't know what your system is at your homeschool.
Uh-huh.
The homeschool at my house ended at 10:30 the other morning, and I was like, "What'd you do the rest of the day?" Because, and I love my husband very, very much
Mm-hmm.
with all my heart,
Does he listen to this?
My
Is this
soul.
why you're saying it?
maybe. No, I do, and he knows. So he said to me, he sent me this wonderful text message. He's like, "Isn't it gonna be nice to come home to a clean house and a home cooked meal and this whole rigmarole about school's gonna be done?" And I'm reading this at work while I'm dealing with like COVID-19, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna go home and like dinner's gonna be on the table. I'm not gonna have to like fight with Grayson at nighttime to do homework."
Yeah.
I get home. Homework ended at 10:30. You could tell the dishwasher had like been started not too long ago because it was still running.
going. Yeah. So that wasn't done in the morning.
We had laundry done, which was great, but everything else was a mess. The rooms were a mess. There was toys all over the place. I'm like,
What happened to that message?
What
happened to
dinner's
this?
not started. Like what? Like, so I was like trying to keep my composure, and I'm breathing, and then I go into Alexander's room, and it looked like aside from the bed being turned over, it was like the bookshelf was empty, the hope chest was empty, the drawers were open with clothes hanging out of them, and I took my anger out on the wrong person. but I'm like, get in here and pick up the books and put them back